Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Coming Up Milhouse. Today we talk about Season 5, the last episode of the season, episode 22, which is Secrets of a Successful Marriage.
You know that Homer might be a little bit slow?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a little lost on him, and to remedy that, he decides to go to get an adult learning class. But during the whole searching for a class, he finds out there's a lot of his contemporaries that are teaching a class, and so Homer gets tapped to teach a class.
We need someone to teach a course on how to build a successful marriage.
I'll do it. Anything to get me out of that house, away from all that nagging and noise of a family of love. Sha-la-la-la.
Now, it doesn't go too well because it's a class on how to run a successful marriage. And, you know, Homer's not the smartest guy in the world.
He's not?
No, his curriculum isn't working. And the only way he can keep everyone's attention in the class is to tell saucy details of his marriage to Marge. As you can imagine, Marge is none too happy about that.
It's true.
So why don't we get into our lines? Give me line number 1.
Sir, it's a felony to tease the order box. And that was at Krusty Burger. And Homer just pulled up to the order box outside and said, "Don't have time to order today. I'm teaching a class," and drove off. And all I can imagine is the pimply-faced kid, because it was his voice.
Oh, it's got to be the pimply-faced kid.
We didn't see him, but it has to be the pimply-faced kid saying it's a felony to tease the order box.
Good one.
What about you?
Well, I'm going to kind of piggyback on that whole thing, and mine is a scene a little bit later when it's Wiggum, and he says, "All right, Simpson, you've been warned," because Homer pulls up to the box and is telling the pimply-faced kid all the details of the drama that was going on in the episode. And then the other kind of caveat line to that is Homer sees Wiggum and tears off, and the kid says, "Wait, I need closure for that anecdote."
Great.
That was good.
Oh, teasing the order box.
Teasing the box. Good stuff. What about you?
My whole class is here going to watch the home peep show that we call our lives. And Homer tricks Marge and tells her that he's not telling her, the class anything more about details of their home life, and then let's just sit down for a nice quiet meal together. And then they walk into the dining room area, and the entire class is there with their notebooks and their pens ready to take some saucy details of their lives together.
She's none too happy.
Not at all. What about you?
All right, so my second line is when Marge tells Homer, "You need to stop telling secrets." Homer's like, "Okay," so he goes to class, and he doesn't know what to say now. So he's got a dictionary open, and he says, "What is a wedding?" "Well, Webster's dictionary describes it as the process of weeding your yard." He misread wedding. He looked up weeding instead of wedding.
He might not be the sharpest pencil in the box.
No. Good stuff. That takes us to
Homer.
scene. What is your scene?
Scenes. Well, I'm going to go with Mo's self-defense dancing class at the Adult Learning Center. And just really that whole Homer going to see what class he wants to take at the Adult Education Center, and he's walking down the hallway, and everybody he sees is teaching a class and is getting some great admiration from the students in the class that are all people that we recognize behind us from Springfield. But Mo is doing a self-defense dancing class, and basically, is saying, if you need to defend your gal, just pull out this move, and he does a backflip, and then he gets a shotgun, and so
it's like West Side Story dance and fighting.
It's like a hip hop music track in the background, and then he's fighting, punching, flips, and then shotgun, and shoots the ceiling. So That's gonna be my favorite scene. What about you?
So mine is when Marge kicks Homer out for all this, and then she starts missing him, and she's driving down the street, and she's like, "Oh, everything reminds me of Marge.
Homer.
Everything reminds me of Homer." It's Marge talking, and she drives by Broken Promises Realtor, Splitsville Sunday Shop,
Yep.
and then Painful Memories Party Supplies. And I'm thinking,
Great.
I don't know if I'd go to that place to get my party supplies.
Nope.
Oh,
It's
man.
pretty great.
Yeah.
There are some great scenes in this as well.
Winners and losers.
Winners and
How do
losers.
you wanna
Let's
do
go with your loser.
that? My loser, I waffled between two, but I'm going to go with Otto.
I figured you would.
Because I spent $10,000 for this class. What the hell was that lab fee for?
He also has lice in this episode.
Yeah, he did. He's like, oh, you forget about the eggs.
As a lice pops out during the class. I also had written Otto down, but I had a backup plan because I figured you were going to go with Otto because you usually do. So I'm going to go with Marge just because there are very many reasons for her to be the loser this episode. But she does primarily gets wooed by Mo at some point. She's the subject of all the rumors. She gets embarrassed at the Quickie Mart because everybody realizes that she dyes her hair, and they're kind of teasing her that different colored hair dye is on sale, and there seem to be multiple shades of blue hair dye. Who knew? And the town just knows all of their deep, dark secrets, and she's a bit embarrassed, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in her shoes in this
Nope.
episode.
rightfully angry at Homer for sharing all those deep, dark secrets in a class.
Yeah.
So, going with Marge. What about your winner?
I'm going to go with Hans Molman.
Stop it! I did too.
Did you? Well, you want to know something funny? I actually was going to do Mo for my winner. You mentioned Mo for your line, so I thought, well, I'll pivot to Hans. So we're pivoting around
okay.
it. But Hans Molman got a class on how to eat an orange. I could teach that class,
I
but
know.
I figured Hans got a class for something silly, but makes him important in that moment, so that's why.
That's exactly why I wrote Hans down. Because he's getting paid to teach a class on how to eat an orange.
Every now and then
Boy.
we hit the same note, you know. That's just the way it goes on the
true.
show. Yeah.
So, I didn't have any backup winner. We're just going to go with pretty much matchy for our losers and winners this week, but I had a backup with Marge for my loser.
Yep, that's all right. We can both have Hans this time.
Okay. I cannot, honestly can't think of anybody else who would be a winner.
Not a lot of winners in this one.
No.
No. All the townsfolk's getting gossip, I guess.
Maybe Lenny, because he's very admired in his class with all of his students just looking up at him. And he was teaching the tobacco spitting class too, so
Yep.
eh,
That could be a good one.
could
Yeah,
be.
we got Lenny, Mo, and Hans teaching classes.
There we go.
There it is.
So please share your winners and losers from this episode and your favorite lines, your favorite scenes, anything you'd like to tell us about this episode in the comments below. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. And
Until next time,
Jiminy
Jiminy
Jillikers!
Jillikers!
Oh, Homer, what a pleasant...
Can't talk now, Flanders. I've got a class to teach.
But you rang Mike.